Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Big Boogie. Now, a lot of people don't know about Big Boogie like they do most of the roster over there at CMG. Now, Big Boogie is one of Yo Gotti's artists, and it seems like he's got himself in trouble again. Now, this isn't the first time that he's been involved in some type of craziness. Ever since he got into the rap game, it's been one thing after another, man. I got a story that I did and I held on to months ago where he was involved in a shooting in Mississippi. And this time, it looks like he's involved in another shooting in Mississippi. I don't know what's going on with Big Boogie in Mississippi, but it seems like he keeps running into issues there. Now, Big Boogie has everything lined up for him to have a successful career in the rap game. But it seems like he's adding to the list of ops, and somebody is definitely got an issue with him out here in these streets. And I don't know who it is or if all these situations are involved, but man, let's get into it. Now, before we get into the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about this Big Boogie situation. Now, like I said before, Big Boogie is one of Yo Gotti's artists, so that usually sets you up for a good place in this rap game. You can look from Yo Gotti's pedigree of artists, man, and see that him and Gucci, man, they just got the gift of picking that talent. You got Moneybagg Yo, who's one of the most streamed artists this year so far already. It's like almost at 500 million or close to 500 million streams, or I think he's actually over 500 million streams. Then you got Black Youngster. You've got a lot of artists over there at CMG. And man, Big Boogie is trying to fit in and get his way. Not saying that he's trying to fit in with CMG. He's just adding to the roster and making sure that he makes his moves in this rap game. Now, it seems like he has a decent following out in Mississippi because he does a lot of concerts there. And I know Mississippi isn't far from Memphis, but dude seems to frequent there a lot. So that's a sign that he's got a good fan base in that area. Although it does seem like he keeps getting into issues out there in Mississippi. Now, there was a situation that he got into where there was a shooting out in Mississippi last July. So in July, man, he was having a concert and then, man, chaos rang. So, man, let's play a little bit of that clip so you can get an understanding of what's going down out there.
District Attorney John Champion is confirming tonight that 2 people were shot and killed at a concert in Panola County last night. The whole incident was caught on camera, but be warned.
Okay, now from that news clip, you can understand that there was something crazy that went down. It was a shooting. Now, they were going to lead into where they showed the shooting or whatever in the club, and it's a real blurry image. But man, you know, we can't play that on this platform, so I can't show that. But just know that in the rest of the video, in the news report, they go on to show, you know, Big Boogie, he's on the stage and he's performing one of his songs. And that's another reason why you can't play the clip. And then out of nowhere, man, a whole bunch of shooting takes place. And they talk about this Panola County is not that far from Memphis. And it was just a crazy situation. Now, there was a news report about that shooting that went out later. And it seemed like the police that were on the case, they were basically leading the charge in the investigation on what went down and trying to figure out if the rapper had any involvement. Now, to this day, I don't believe Big Boogie has been, you know, implicated in any of the shooting or anything like that. I mean, obviously he was on stage, so you know he didn't take part in it himself because he was rapping, but interesting to say the least. Now let's get to this situation that we got from yesterday. Okay, so in this news story, it's almost the same situation except it didn't take place on the club. It actually took place on a highway. Now, the Miami Herald, they came out with this story just about an hour ago or whatever, and it says this. It says, rapper Big Boogie among 24 arrested after Mississippi highway shooting, reports say. Now, if you look at the report, man, they say some interesting things. So let's look at this story. So the story starts like this. It says rapper Big Boogie and a caravan of at least 21 others were arrested. So that's Big Boogie and 21 other people getting locked up. They must have brought out the paddy wagon, but let's continue. Thursday, following a highway shooting in North Mississippi, news outlets report. So that's that. It seems like it's around the same area where the last shooting was. So I don't know if he's got some type of situation there or something that's going down in that area. But it's just odd that every time, I mean, there's been times where he goes to Mississippi and it's always in Mississippi where there's a shooting. Now, I know about those documentaries out there, and there's stuff like, I think Trap Geek did a documentary where there were some implications in his shooting in Mississippi, that one from last summer, being involved in another beef that he has with another rapper, you know what I mean? And to be honest, I don't know if those two things are connected, but it does seem like there's some kind of connection here. Now, the story continues by saying this. Boogie, whose real name is John Lotz, was reportedly headed to Biloxi for a performance at Club Zodiac that night when witnesses say shots rang out on Interstate 55 near Coldwater, according to the local news there, right? Police, the Sanatobia police received a call around 12:45 p.m. Thursday about a gunshot victim whose car had been shot. According to a news release, officers met the victim at a nearby Huddle House. Man, stop there. For those of you who don't know, you like Huddle House. What is that? Waffle House has a competitor in some parts of the South called Huddle House, and it's really good. It's actually, it's good. You know, people gonna hate or whatever because, you know, of the, you know, greasy spoon style dineries or whatever. But man, it works late nights after the club. Now let's continue. Now, at the nearby Huddle House, they learned about multiple cars were involved in the shooting, and the suspects had continued heading south on the highway. So police coordinated a takedown with other law enforcement agencies and met the caravan as it exited on Highway 6 in Batesville. Approximately 21 people were arrested and their cars impounded, according to news release. Edith Aaron witnessed the incident and described several police cars zooming past her on the highway. So there was a huge caravan that rapper Big Boogie was a part of. And I'm pretty sure he's trying to move right because of the situation that he had in Mississippi before. And then they get into some situation on the highway and there's a shooting. So I don't know what led to the shooting on the highway. Like, where was it? What do they call it? Where, you know, driver rage or whatever, man. You know, a person who's gets mad because they're behind the wheel and they do things that they wouldn't do or get as mad as they would. You know, road rage. There it goes. Is it one of those situations? Or does this have to do with the beef that he might have in Mississippi or even back in Memphis? Excuse me. Because this is a rare coincidence if you really think about it, man. Big Boogie seems to be on the rise. You've seen him out there with Yo Gotti and them at the NBA All-Star. It looked like everybody from CMG was just having a great time at the NBA All-Star game. They had the photo shoot. You seen Moneybagg Yo out there. You seen the whole team out there. Big Boogie was out there, man. They was just doing their thing. And you would think that, you know, he was blessed with the chain and they're on the top of their game. It should be looking up. But for him to be getting in these little street beefs or all these shootings, man, is a telltale sign that something is up, man. And hopefully it doesn't lead Big Boogie to get arrested or anything worse than that. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, man, from now on out, and we'll probably hear more from this story. He's been arrested and we don't know what he was arrested for or if he was responsible for anything, but it looks like they just said, forget it. There was a shooting with so many people. We're going to take everybody from the caravan. We're going to impound all the cars, which that's got to hurt. And then we're going to just sort this thing out and figure out what is going on here. Now, what do you guys think? Do you think that Big Boogie is out here living life wild and reckless? Or do you think this is just a rare occurrence where he went back to Mississippi and got into a situation that might not have been avoidable? Because it seems like trouble is starting to follow him a little bit in his rap career. Now with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this side content. And we out of here. Peace.